Okay, so the old Gaggia Brera is playing up again. Needs a bit of maintenance, I think. It's leaking water rather than pushing water through the brew group. A lot of it seems to be escaping and ending up in the drip tray. Certainly more than it should be. So, time to have a look at the seals. So I bought a seal kit, which actually came from Germany for some reason. So you get some silicon lubricant and then a number of seals, which looks to include the water tank seal, which I don't need because I've only just recently replaced it, but I'll keep it anyway, of course. So this is from Snap World Cafe, who are based in Germany. So I just got it through eBay. Cost 10 quid. Right, so two of these seals clearly go on this sort of water injector, which is attached to the machine. The um, Torx screws, so you obviously need an appropriate screwdriver. This is where I discover that as a user you're not supposed to take this off, which would make sense, wouldn't it? Right, there we go. So I suspect they're not supposed to take that off. There's another O-ring here, which I haven't got a replacement for, but I guess that's stationary. It's not constantly moving like these ones are every time the machine brews a cup of coffee. So yeah, let's just get those off and swap them for these ones. Need a blunt tool for this, which is this will be fine. There we go. This is very hard plastic. Some sort of nylon, I would guess, but it's certainly a sort of engineering plastic rather than anything else. Right, let's keep these separate. So that's a bad one. Again, relatively blunt Swiss Army knife tool, so as not to scratch anything unduly. So that's the small one. So yeah, that ties up with certainly that one. I assume that one. Are these both the same? Looks like those are both the same. These two bigger ones. Right. Let's get this spotlessly clean. Yeah, there is some sort of deposit in there. So I'll put that in the sink and give it a gentle scrub with a soft brush just to make sure it's absolutely clean. Looks like this hole is slightly clogged up as well. Not sure how it's supposed to work. It looks like a blind hole. The water actually comes out here between the two seals. I think that is just something to do with the moulding process, perhaps. Anyway, let's clean this properly. Okay, these two O-rings are the same. Checking them carefully. So either of those will do, together with this small one. So this is spotlessly clean now. I've cleaned out the grooves. That is a blind hole. Doesn't go anywhere. So all the water comes out this hole on the side. I'm guessing that this isn't silicon. It wouldn't be very food friendly. I'm not sure what it is. some sort of gel perhaps, or could even be petroleum jelly, but again, that's not entirely food safe. I think the guy that invented petroleum jelly, or discovered it and scraped it off the top of oil wells and started promoting it, I gather he ate it every day for all his life, pretty much. So yeah, there you go. Go figure. It didn't kill him, I don't think. Okay, so smear this in the grooves and up the slope. So let's put the big one on first. Just push this up the slope into the groove. Same with the small one. Right, it's good. Right, next I'm going to put this lubricant on the inside of this bore because it's going to have to slide onto the O-ring in here without doing any damage. So that should be alright. Put that back on. This screws back in. I've lost one I've got. Oh, there it is. These are clearly stainless steel, so that's good. Wind this right back off the torque settings. These don't need to be tight, I don't suppose. The force is, it's not the screws holding the thing in, it's the angle of the other part that this is pushed onto. Okay, so that's all good. Hopefully that's better. So onto the brew group. Let's take this top bit off for a start. I'm pretty sure there's a glass ball in here. I need to be careful not to have it drop out and lose it. Again, stainless screws. How does this come off? I have done this before. I should look at the video, shouldn't I? I know this top section comes out. Just can't quite remember how. Okay, so it does just pull out. Again, there's a lowering there, which I haven't got a replacement for, but it's static, so it's probably okay. And the spring, I believe there's a glass ball at the bottom of the spring, so it's obviously a non-return valve. So there's the ball, if you can see it. So be careful not to lose that. That was down the bottom of this tube. So that spring, the narrow end of the spring, just acts on that ball, and then it acts as a non-return valve. So yeah, don't lose that. You'd never find it if it fell on the floor. Good. So last thing is to get this top part off. If I can just remember how that works. I think has it got a spring-loaded clip? That rings a bell vaguely. Yeah, it came back to me in the end. This part comes out. Oops. It slides out down a ways, and there are 4 spring-loaded tags, 2 there and 2 the other side, which you just need to push back allows this to fall down. I guess I need to be sure to get it back the right way. It looks as if it would go either way, either that way or that way. But it was that way, so that's okay. Right. So I need to replace this seal. Again, blunt tool. Just pick that out of the groove. Oops. Bit of coffee residue. So that one can go. Again, I'll go and clean this groove and get this filter out as well. And also clean out this hole down here, the seat for the ball valve. I'll go and do that now. Stainless again, of course. And there's the filter, which does look pretty blocked to me, so I'll clean that out, clean this out thoroughly, and take it from there. Okay, so I've thoroughly cleaned this. This filter is clear as well. You can see up against the light that it's all clear. So I can just reassemble this. So I'm going to reassemble this. I've cleaned this again very thoroughly with a sort of small bottle brush. So there's the glass bead. So that goes in first. And the spring with the narrow end down first. And then this part, which I've also cleaned thoroughly, will go on there. So a bit more lubricant on this O-ring on here, black one just on there, just so it runs in smoothly into that bore. So that can go on there. And then these longer stainless screws will hold that on. Again, this doesn't need to be tight, just snugged up. A bit more lubricant around this O-ring groove. Okay. Looks good. So finally, this assembly can fit back in the main brew group, and it needs to poke out the back. So I think that fits in here. So that's a mistake. Looks like this needs to go on second after the top cap has been fitted into the machine. So that's a bit of a schoolboy error. So lift that off again. So I think this will now go under these two side pieces here and slide up like so. Again, the little tags, 4 tags, 2 on each side, just locate that in place. So now I can put this back on. Still got plenty of lubricant on it. Right, so that looks good. So I use the rest of the lubricant, seeing as I've got it, and just stick it on the rails here, and just get the thing working again smoothly. Right, so 2 bits left over. This ring, I'm not sure what that is for. I've also got the seal for the water tank, so I'll keep that. And I'll keep that as well. I don't know where it goes, but you never know. So this is all nicely cleaned out again. So I can just reset this back to its base position. Which is there, with the 2 arrows lined up. And that should fit back in the machine. Okay, so all back together, ready to go again. Hopefully this might have been useful to somebody, and thanks for watching.